Today we are going to study about animal kingdom. In that you are going to study about connective tissue. Connective tissue is one of the most abundant and widely distributed tissue. It provides structural framework and gives support to different tissues, forming organs. It prevents the organ from getting displaced by body movement. The components of the connective tissues are intercellular substance is known as the matrix, connective tissues and fibers. Connective tissue is classified as connective tissue, areolar and adipose tissue, supportive connective tissues, cartilage and bone, dense connective tissue, tendons and ligaments, fluid connective tissue, blood and lymph. Connective tissue. Connective tissue consists of collagen fibers, elastin fibers, and fibroblast cells. Areolar tissue. It has cells and fibers loosely arranged in a semi-fluid ground substance called matrix. It takes the form of fine threads crossing each other in every directions, leaving small space called areolae. It joins skin to the muscles, fills space inside the organ, and is found around muscles, blood vessels, and nerves. It helps in repair of tissues after injury and fixes skin to underlying muscles. Adipose tissue. Adipose tissue is the aggregation of fat cells or adipocytes, spherical or oval in shape. It serves as fat reservoirs. They are found in subcutaneous tissue between internal organs around the heart and kidney. They act as a shock absorbers around the kidney and the eyeballs. They also regulate the body temperature by acting as insulator. Supportive connective tissue. The supportive or skeletal connective tissues forms the endoskeleton of the vertebrate body, which protects various organs and helps in locomotion. The supportive tissue include cartilage and bone. Cartilage. They are soft, semi-rigid, flexible, and are less vascular in nature. The matrix is composed of large cartilage cells called chondrocytes. These cells are present in fluid filled space known as lacunae. Cartilage is present in the tip of the nose, external ear, end of the long bones, trachea, and larynx. It provides support and flexibility to the body parts. Bone. It is a solid, rigid, and strong non-flexible skeletal connective tissue. The matrix of the bone is rich in calcium, salts, and collagen fibers, which gives the bone its strength. The matrix of the bone is in the form of concentric rings called lamellae. The bone cells present in lacunae are called osteocytes. They communicate with each other by a network of fine canals called canaliculi. The hollow cavities of space are called marrow cavities filled with bone marrow. They provide shape and structural framework to the body. Bones support and protect soft tissues and organs. Dense connective tissues. It is a fibrous connective tissue densely packed with fibers and fibroblasts. It is the principal components of tendons and ligaments. Tendons. They are cord-like, strong structures that join skeletal muscles to the bones. Tendons have great strength and limited flexibility. They consist of parallel bundles of collagen fibers, between which are present two of fibroblasts. Ligaments. They are highly elastic structures and have great strength which connects bones to bones. They contain very little matrix. They strengthen the joints and allow normal movement. Fluid connective tissue. The blood and the lymph are the fluid connective tissues which link different parts of the body. The cells of the connective tissue are loosely spaced and are embedded in an intercellular matrix. Blood. Blood contains corpuscles, which are red blood cells. Red blood cells is otherwise called as erythrocytes. White blood cells, leukocytes, and platelets. In this fluid connective tissue, blood cells move in a fluid matrix called plasma. The plasma contains inorganic salts and organic substance. It is a main circulating fluid that helps in the transport of nutrient substance. Red blood cells, red blood corpuscles are otherwise called as erythrocytes. The red blood corpuscles are oval shaped, circular, biconcave, disc-like cells and lack nucleus. When mature, they contain a respiratory pigment called hemoglobin, which is involved in the transport of oxygen to tissues. White blood corpuscles, otherwise called as leukocytes. They are larger in size, contain distinct nucleus and colorless. They are capable of amoeboid movement and play an important role in body defensive mechanism. They engulf or destroy foreign bodies. WBCs are of two types, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Granulocytes have irregular shaped nuclei and cytoplasmic granules. They include the neutrophils, basophils, and eosinophils. Agranulocytes lack cytoplasmic granules and include the lymphocytes and monocytes. Blood platelets. They are minute, anucleated, fragile fragment of giant bone marrow called megakaryocytes. They play an important role in blood clotting mechanism. Lymph. Lymph is a colorless fluid filtered out of the blood capillaries. It consists of plasma and white blood cells. It mainly helps in the exchange of materials between blood and tissue fluids.